Okay, so I'm here posted up in front of this lovely tapestry as hopefully it can soothe you with a calming effect as what we're going to speak about today may be something that generates anxiety or feelings of uncertainty, discontent, negativity. But we're not trying to fearmonger, but we are going to look at things in a realistic aspect. All right? The 2026 crash. Is it speculation or is it fact? Technically, it's just speculation until it happens and becomes fact. But boy, is there writing on the wall, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, anyone who will lend an ear, it is not looking good. Okay? All signs point to horrific economic crisis of the likes which nobody living in our country has ever seen or experienced before. We're talking 2008 looking like a good opportunity versus what may or may not come. I'll say now, as it feels like I've spent a minute and a half going, will they, won't they, maybe, maybe not. I believe it is coming. That doesn't make it a certainty in any way, shape, or form at all, but I foresee it. I'm not an economic expert, but I believe if you look at standard things, we got to go real deep and find these in-depth graphs and try to act like we're smarter than we really are. It's the question, right? What about real estate? There's two options. Prices will either continue to rise or they will fall out of the bottom. Now, real estate is hyper local. So you could say only a crash will happen in certain places. But ultimately, the only thing keeping the facade that is real estate prices up in the air is giant, huge hedge fund money purchasing these properties to begin with. So there's something to be said about that, all on its own topic. But let's be real here. We're talking 50-year mortgages. Fannie Mae going to get rid of credit score requirements. And this is what people have been saying the last couple of years. This is exactly why people were saying the crash wouldn't happen. Oh, we won't have another 2008 because it's too difficult to get loans. But all of a sudden, we're going to create these circumstances where it's going to be real easy to create another 2008-like scenario. And it's not just real estate either, right? There's big industries on the verge of what they call a bubble bursting. AI has a lot of money in it, but not very much revenue. So we'll see if that plays a part. And there's foreign conflicts that seem to be developing all around us. So it's going to be a trying time. The stock market is very strange. I'm not in it because it's just complete manipulation. I don't understand why anybody puts money in the stock market unless you've got hundreds of millions of dollars, because all of those people with that insane amount of money, they insider trade with each other. They all make decisions together and then they deploy their money with their strategies. And everybody who is sitting on their computer solo, who thinks they're super smart, even if you're getting success, you're getting scraps, right? The stock market is literally just business speculation. That's what I find extremely strange about that. And then it's created this weird, now obviously cryptocurrency is totally different, but that basically is exactly what cryptocurrency trading is as well. It's all just rumor mill and speculation ideas. Will it, won't they? There's no actual facts. It's just people spewing bullshit and hoping number on chart go up. So I think that's going to be a big part of it. The sad truth is I believe the boomer generation is going to get rinsed. I think they're going to get it worse than anybody, right? Because if you're If you're 1990 and younger, you don't have anything anyway, more than likely. Anything of relevance or significance. But, older people, they have some stuff, and obviously the boomers have the majority of the wealth. They've been alive the longest. They had some pretty good circumstances they capitalize on, No need to hate on them for it, because that's a little ridiculous to hate on people because they were alive, you weren't. Big deal. Hard to say you'd make better choices in their shoes. But I believe it's going to be kind of sad, right? Because they did buy into the system. They did play into the hands of the master plan, and they believed it, right? Work hard 40, 50, 60 years, build your nest egg, retire on that, have some property, invest it in the stock market, and it's all going to come to a headway. Just think about all these people who have their life's blood, their life's work wrapped up in the stock market. And when that just, boom, hits the floor worse than it ever has, all of a sudden, all the work these people did their entire lives believing in the system they were told to believe in, gone overnight. Or in an instant, rather. It doesn't even take a night to wipe out people's investments. So, make no mistake, it is upon us, 2026 or not. The rich people have shown their hand, and they're going to play it to the very last breath. All right? And we're not talking rich people like the local millionaires in your municipality. We're talking the people who take their own personal private plane to those islands nobody talks about, where we don't talk about what happens on those islands. Those kind of rich people. They're looking for game, set, match. They want everything. They want all your property, all your wealth, and they want to surveil you at every waking second of the hour. Because when you have all of that power, when you have all of the wealth, and billions of people on the planet have nothing, it's a very, very dangerous situation. People don't like that stuff. So they might just do things that are not in tow with your master plan, we'll say. So, like I said, I believe it's going to happen. I believe 2026, the crash is coming. So allow this tapestry to soothe you. Calm your nerves. Stroke the furry wall. It's going to be okay. Because it's coming up, but it hasn't happened yet, right? It's like 1 week from December 2025 right now, as I'm shooting this. So we're talking less than 40 days, 2026 is here. So you have limited, finite time, but there's still time to prepare. Now, I'm not a financial wizard, okay? I don't know what you should do, but you should do some research. You should maybe call some people, find some people who have some money, and ask them for advice. I don't think having your money wrapped up in markets, in stocks, in crypto, I don't think that's the move. Because that's all easily manipulated, and I believe those are going to be the vehicles they use to rinse everybody of their wealth, of their life's work. And real estate's going to go with it. So perhaps if you have been working, you have been saving, find a stable vehicle. Gold seems to be the tried and true time and time again. But, find a way to store your wealth. And that is the upside, right? Is that, again, can't say exactly how it's going to go or what exactly is going to happen. But typically, when the crash happens, people who are in position can win, right? Maybe you could buy a bunch of real estate if you have a lot of sideline cash. Maybe you could buy a lot of these assets when they come crashing down. I do believe that cryptocurrency is a part of the plan going forward. I don't know what coins or what exactly the plan is, but my guess is that they will crash everything to the bottom, have everybody sell out or liquidate them, and then they'll buy up as much of it as possible. But that puts you in a position as somebody with sideline capital, hopefully, to get in the game and position yourself for future success. So again, don't get freaked out. touch the soft tapestry, stroke the furry wall, calm down, assess the situation, look at the landscape, do your research, make a plan, and set yourself up to win. All right? We will not let these wealthy bastards get us. Stay strong, stay clear, keep pushing.